Sometimes we have those moments in life where things felt really dull. Dull enough for us to think if everything is really alright. They usually stop us from doing our work, having a healthy mindset, or just being a normal person in general. For me, at least, I've always felt disconnected from the people I'm around with. It feels like I've always been some kind of outcast that could never fit in comfortably with any social environment I'm in. Instead of Instead I find myself mostly in my thoughts, fighting if the things I've been doing are correct or not. I will often isolate myself for days because I feel like I've been doing the wrong thing even though nothing has happened. I feel like I need to accomplish something to actually feel human and accepted. If I don't do stuff that is productive, my entire self-esteem will just shut down. And I will go into this mindset where I don't really deserve anything and people don't really deserve me too. Having that anxiety of not being worthy of company, love, or patience really affects my entire mental health in general. I've been feeling that way as exam seasons get worse and worse. Having that pressure is tough on me, let alone also having to deal with these thoughts. I keep thinking to myself that I can study harder, become better, and achieve these goals. Whether it be my academic scores, new healthy routines, or my art progress. It keeps ping-ponging from full of motivation to that hollow feeling of not being able to do anything at all. I've suffered from a lot of past experiences regarding friendship, because like a lot of trust issues, I've built those up in the recent years. It feels like I can't socialize with people anymore. I can't talk to people properly anymore outside of work. I can't fully express myself with someone properly anymore. I've always wanted to have that one friend as well who you can just text all day or night and still feel, you know, like I'm not taking up too much space. Someone I could just invite to a meetup outside, like someone I could just talk to without putting a mask. I actually had someone like that in the past. Unfortunately, they weren't the person that they seemed to be in front of me, that behind me. So that kind of ended up badly. Like having someone that you trusted fully and letting your guard down in front of them is nice. But like the nicer it feels, the worse the pain gets, you know? When you found out that they were never genuine about what they said all the time. Like, is it just my fault for making these stuff happen in the first place? If I was normal, I'm sure they will do such things, right? I was stuck in that mindset for quite a while, and it was quite draining. I tried my best to crawl out of that mindset and promised to myself that everything isn't my fault. But it seemed like all the voices in my head point to that idea every time. Until one day, I finally just dropped every thought that I had and I just kept working. Not being able to care about all the stuff that bothered me and just went for whatever I planned to do. I just sat down in the train of life, looked out the window for a second, and I just enjoyed watching the view. There will be people that you will not like and people that you wish you could be with in that train. But why stress all of that when you could just, sit down for a second and lay your head on the train's window, enjoying, all the sceneries as the train passes by in life. But even with all of those progress, all of this progress I've made on myself, I still keep losing my worth all the time. Like, why do I have to have a purpose in life? That's a question that steers me every day. Every time I do something, I have to ask myself, what is your purpose in doing that? It's always there at the back of my mind, stopping me to do stuff that I've always wanted. Why can't I go out on a walk alone? Why can't I just go to a cafe, listen to some music, and draw? Why can't I? Is it because I'm wasting time? What time am I wasting anyways when I'll always spend most of it on laying around, sleeping, thinking about these harsh thoughts about myself? This also applies to everything I make. Every time I draw something, there is this thought in my head that someone has to see it. and give me validation about the art I've made, or else it'll be worthless because no one acknowledges it. I've stressed myself out on these situations for way too much. I gotta learn that not everything has to be perfect, not everything has to be seen. I have to learn to at least be there for myself more. Validation is nice, I'll have to admit. But what are they really? Other than words you want to hear all the time when you do something. Why do they matter when the one that is doing it is you? Who gives a damn if you wanna go learn, I don't know, how to cook? If you wanna go sit down and read a book outside? If you just wanna sit alone and breathe for a moment? There is no point on feeling guilty. There's no point on feeling guilty if you're enjoying things. If you're not doing what people want you to do. If you're not creating, then there is no point, really.